I just want to just share those three things. And the issue is that what do you need to do as a believer? One, you need to reposition your heart for a fresh revelation. In other words, in your heart, always be ready for movement. David is the one who said that in Psalm 84, that blessed is the heart that is always set on pilgrimage. And what usually happens is that a heart that is always set on pilgrimage, the next thing that he says is that that particular heart, that particular person always goes through the valley of Baca, or the valley of travail, and transforms it into springs of water, or into a spring. In other words, your internal environment transforms your external environment. In other words, you cannot say that you are feeling oppressed and yet you are not moving. It means your internal is what is creating your external environment. And even if the external environment is not for you to determine, well, you need to move. There's no other way around it. There has to be a movement that starts from within you. Please understand, I'm not telling you that when you say, we talk about setting your heart for movement, now you start taking your physical things and moving out, or you start moving out of your church. That is not what I'm talking about. It is a process that has to start from within you. And when a conviction reaches its fullness, then now you'll have known what to do. You will have known where to go. Then you need to move forward. Number two, you need to always be spiritual in your heart. For you to capture that, for you to capture what God is saying, your heart must always be connected to Him. Issues of prayer cannot be overemphasized. I don't care how you have grown or how you have become mature in God. There are things that are non-negotiables. Issues of prayer, because those are things that connect you with God. That make sure that you're always connected to God. Paul said, pray without ceasing. In other words, at all times. And I'm not saying in terms of time, but the thing is, make sure that your heart is always connected to God. Don't allow your spirit to go into stupor, into laziness, into where it gets lazy. No, you should always make sure that it's alive, and that comes through issues of prayer. And in that way, that's when you know that you need to move when time comes. Third thing is press forward in pursuit. Always be in pursuit. What does that mean? Can you say that press forward in pursuit? For you to always make sure that you're not left behind in what God is doing part-time, is one, always be following those people that you feel are following God. Very, very important. Because remember, even in understanding the nature of God, even in understanding what God is doing, you'll always hear that through people. God has appointed, has made, created a structure for Him to make sure that whatever you need part-time comes to you. And that's why He said that He gave some to be apostles, prophets, evangelists, pastors, and teachers. Why? For the equipping of the saints. Do you consider yourself a saint? Then you need to be equipped by either one of these that you should always be following, to ask yourself, is this person leading me to God? Is this person speaking things that are able to make me move forward? And how do you know that? And these are things that I'll be talking about. How do you know that? It is when that person speaks, your heart gets edified. It is as simple as that. Because you can listen to a person and you're not getting edified.